Good morning, everybody. Today's segment of the key moves is dealing with constructive rest position. This is a really nice restorative pose, and it's a good idea to do it at least once a day, particularly if you're spending long hours at the computer, feeling stressed, bothered, etc. Now, most of you, I'm going to suggest that you start it lying on the floor. You're going to find that there's a lot of opening without any props. I suggest that to support yourself without having to get up, you get yourself a stack of books and some pillows. I've got a spiky pot and a block, so if you're lucky enough to have that, that's fine. Now, when you start to build yourself up, I think it's a good idea that you all start flat in the moves that I'm going to demonstrate, but then you can start to build it up so that you're asking a little bit more opening of the joints and soft tissues. So you can get a folded blanket like I have here, or if you can see behind me, there's a bolster, and I'm going to lie on that and demonstrate that. So you're going to bring yourself onto the bolster, and notice here my fingers are on my sit bones, so I'm going to soften my legs and buttocks and gently walk the pelvis off the edge, and I want you to notice how it drops and how my spine lengthens. Walking the shoulders back, and then I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together. And then what's important here is that all of you aren't in this position with the head with the chin forward. So that's when you reach for let's have a block or a book to place it under your head so that we've got this nice position here. So the first thing that we're doing is completely yielding to the surface, letting Mother Earth support us, albeit straight from the floor or through a bolster. So first of all, start to recalibrate your breathing. Just close your eyes and sense the body's weight and feel you let go. Feel that the heaviness of the pelvis. Allow the rib cage to soften back into the support, whether it's just towards the floor, into your blanket, into your bolster. But we want to drop that down, soften the shoulders. As I've said, draw the shoulder blades down and back. And this is a very nice position for recalibrating your breathing, just noticing what you're doing. You don't want to feel there's an active lift in the chest with breathing. So this hand is a monitoring hand, and the lower hand is just to sense the gentle rise and fall of the breath. It's quite subtle, but focusing the awareness inside. The analogy I often use is it's as though your outer muscles are like a tight wetsuit and your inner muscles are like loose floppy underwear under your wetsuit. So you're trying to feel all the outer tension let go. And the best way to do that is to completely yield your body weight to the surface, sensing the heaviness, letting the knees fall out. Now, why you're going to have blocks handy is that if you feel that there's too much discomfort in the hips, if you're quite tight, you support yourself with a block, with a book, with a cushion, just where you can actually let the leg drop into it. Make sure that you're symmetrical, you're not falling to one side. Again, don't use support like that if you don't need it. But just literally feeling that as the muscles soften, feeling the length of the spine, my tailbone is dropping back, my sit bones are dropping back, my shoulders are dropping back, I'm dropping my brain back into the back of my skull. I'm thinking the breath down and back, down into my pelvic floor, feeling it travel along the front of my spine like a stream, with each vertebra as a little rock in a stream. Just noticing letting go. Thinking about the breath, more out, let it come, don't feel you've got to make the breath. It will come through, let the body soften and lengthen. Again, you might feel that you don't need something under your head, so again, don't have it if you don't need it. And now we're going to move the legs into a simple cross leg position. So the legs are crossed, the shins drop onto the feet, and now you're thinking letting the knees drop wide and long away from you. I'm still thinking about dropping my sit bones and widening them. Still dropping my ribs back into the bolster and widening them, dropping my shoulders back and widening them. Sensing the breath deepening. And then you're going to, if you're happy to, still staying soft here with the lower ribs snuggling into the bolster, just explore what we call ragdoll. So you're imagining your ragdoll and someone's pulling your middle finger and the arm lengthens, letting the head follow. Very slow movement, no tension in the arm, and then the other arm lengthens, feeling yourself like a rag doll. And you're wanting to feel a kind of nice pleasurable stretch in the upper part of the back and the shoulders. Just feeling, watch that there's no gripping around the middle, that this whole lower area stays soft. And you might want to just explore the breath in this position. Interested for the breath, always down, back, low and slow. Just noticing where the one arm is longer, grows longer and more easily than the other. And then you can rest back again. So how long you keep the arms and legs in each position will depend how tight you are. If you've got very tight shoulders, particularly, you'll be very much on the floor rather than building up. And again, I come back to making sure the neck is comfortable and relaxed. And now we're going to change the cross leg to the other way. And now I'm going to cup my elbows. So here you're still leaving this part of the body on the surface of the bolster. Don't lift it, drawing the points of the shoulders back. And then just start to bring the arms overhead. So the breath still comes down and back, the ribs still sink down and back as the arms drop overhead. You might want to do little exploratory movements here. But again, there's a sense of softness in the neck, the back of the neck is long. Notice the more the sit bones and the tailbone drop, the easier it is for that chin to drop. And here I'm getting a very pleasurable stretch in my shoulders. Being a manual therapist, I get quite tight there, treating new patients. But I'm really wanting to sense this opening in the body and the breath coming down. My core is gently engaged in this position, no tension. If you find that you're quite tight and the arms don't drop back, that's when you bring some sort of support, whatever's handy, and you've got to work where you can feel you let go. If you've got too much discomfort, it's hard for the breath to come through. So again, all you have to do here is relax and let go and allow your breath. And so you're placing the arms and legs in various positions while you relax and allow the breath. This sense, think of the body, the inner chamber of the body, it's like a long party balloon. Breathing right down and along through the body. And then you can play even further with this position. You might now decide that you're going to stand one leg and drop one leg right to the floor. And then I'm going to bring my opposite hand. So let's have opposite knee out, elbow out. You can play around, but here most people are very tight on the front of their shoulders, so you're expecting to feel this opening. Just allowing the breath, feeling the body soften and let go. And can you sense that gradually the breath finds its way to be deeper, slower, There's this inner expansion and opening out, and just to show you from the other side. The opposite position. Again, the head is just cupped in your palm, and again the shoulder, point of the shoulder, and I'm thinking about the elbow being wide and falling back as I let the rib cage fall back. My left thigh heavily to the floor. Sensing the length of the body from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Sensing the inner body is free to open up. This is very much a letting go of tension. Most of us have quite disturbed breathing patterns, and one of the big generators of that is stress and anxiety, and a lot of people have got that, but also training patterns at the gym, etc., trying to strengthen muscles that are already overworking can lead to a lot of tension being held, and that creates stiffness in the body. The spine gets stiff and the breath gets limited. So the beautiful thing about the constructive rest position, you can do it anywhere, anytime. You could sit on your bed and just lie back. But the sense is feeling that length of the spine, feeling the softening, doing the body check. The three areas where we tend to hold tension are around the pelvic floor, around the lower rib cage, and in the neck and shoulders. That a lot of more we can recalibrate and soften and lengthen, we tend to let these tension patterns go and just feel the body unravel.